cool things. That's just, I mean, it's so cool watching everybody's presentations and, you know, see what we've built. So, those of you who are on Foursquare, how many of you are on Foursquare? Can we hold your mic up? Sure. There you go. Thank you. So, if you're on Foursquare, especially if you're someone who uses Facebook Connect on Foursquare, check in right now. Check in right now because you're going to make a whole bunch of new friends. Because our service is going to tell you who is someone else in this room whom you haven't just met, but is a mutual friend, shares an interest with you. That's what we're about. We're Digri. Sorry, not Digri. I mixed this up. We're Digri. And kicking us off is my awesome teammate, Jennifer. But before you meet Jennifer, I'd also like you to meet everybody else on the team. So first off, Jeremy.
Hey, I'm Jeremy. I do a lot of technical stuff, and I put cards on walls.
Sylvia, I do marketing and communications work for area nonprofits.
I'm Sasha. I do development and marketing. I'm Jennifer. I do brand and marketing in the Metaverse Seattle.
I'm Donald. I do UX design and also joint development.
I am Dan. I do backend development.
I'm Shauna, and I guess I'm a geek promoter.
I'm Sanjeev, and this is my first startup weekend, and I'm just watching these awesome, just an awesome team come together. That's the experience, and I truly want to appreciate the people who put it together. I had a lot of fun.
I'm Melanie, very non-techy, so I love promotions. That's what I helped this weekend.
I'm Abraham. I do development stuff and community work.
Woohoo!
Hi, I'm Ken. I'm the 3-year-old of the team. I take the pretty Lego blocks these guys build and put them together.
Thank you. You might be wondering why we kicked off with such a long introduction and didn't get to the demo right away. I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people come here to meet people, and that's why many of us came here too. We came here to meet other people who are passionate about making cool technology and want to ship something cool this weekend. It's just that it's a little bit difficult to meet people, and we figured why not solve that problem.
So by show of hands, how many of you, when you come to an event, it's important to you to meet new people? Pretty much everybody. Yeah, it's definitely a big deal. If you look at some of the stats for how many people attend conferences, there's actually 13,000 conferences and exhibits in the U.S. every single year. That doesn't count the meetups and all that sort of thing. And this is a $100 billion business. And to get to that kind of number, let's take a look at this. One of them, that's Blog World, they had 3,000 people last year, and they paid up to $1,200 per person, which is just $3 million for just that conference. And why do people pay that kind of money to go to a conference? Well, of course, they want to learn something or maybe see a really great keynote speaker, but for a lot of people, it's important to meet people. So let's meet somebody. This is Eric. Eric is a corporate attorney. He loves startups, and he can't remember people's names.
Hi, Eric.
But everyone will remember his name now. All right, so when he goes to a conference, he goes to about a dozen conferences every single year. He spends up to $1,000 to go to each one of those conferences. And when he goes, he wants to meet some people. That's important. He wants to meet some mutual friends, people who share his passion of basketball or John Bon Jovi karaoke. But when he walks into a room, he just sees a giant sea of people, and he does not know who's who. So how many people walk into a room and see a giant sea of people and how to know where to start or who to pick first to talk to? This is a very big problem.
I agree. I see a lot of Erics in this room, and I'm right along with you. I mean, of course, we come to events and conferences like this one to meet people. And for a lot of people, just think back to your own experience on Friday, just a couple of evenings ago. Maybe your scenario looked something like this. You were there, and everyone else is over there. So what did you do? Did you pull out your smartphone and open up your Twitter application to see who's talking about the conference, and to get a chance to see maybe who might be in the room? Or did you check in on Foursquare to see who else checked in at this location? to again get a sense for like who you may run into? Or did you choose not to do any of that and go the old-fashioned route by simply walking up to someone and introducing yourself? Now, that works great for a lot of people. I'm not one of them, and I feel like maybe I'm not alone in that. So what if, instead, when you arrived at this conference, you received a recommendation for one or a few people with whom you share a mutual interest or a mutual friend? And what if, along with recommendations, you received a little something to help you start a conversation with that person or persons? Would that be valuable to you? Well, just to help you out, they all said yes. And of course, who wouldn't want some help like that with meeting some people? So this is why we created Digri.
And in making Digri, what was exciting is that today there's a lot of powerful infrastructure available. We have iPhones. There's a service called Foursquare. Each of us have in our pockets a true blue walking computer. Now this computer is great, but I'm here to meet people, right? If the whole idea was to be on my iPhone and be seeing who is where, then I might as well just be at home and read the tweet stream. Agreed? Now, I also don't want to be the guy who pulls out his iPhone every 5 seconds, goes to a corner, sees, oh, this person's there, okay, let me go find that person. No, it's kind of boring. I'm there to meet people and learn. I believe, and so do we, and I'm sure so do many of you, that services should be working in the background, listening to us, working for us, and contacting us if they have something interesting to tell us. And that's what Digri does. Digri is constantly working in the background, listening to who's checking in to Adobe Conference Center, listening to your network on Facebook, listening to the tweet stream, listening to all of the publicly available information that there is, and sending you information that you can use. So suppose you're on Foursquare, you check in, status is updated, all the usual stuff. Now, guess what happens? You get a text message, a very simple text message. This message is to me, and it tells me that I should go meet Sasha. Where are you, Sasha? Sasha, because we have a common friend, Jeremy. How do I approach Sasha now? Hey, Sasha, I heard both of us know Jeremy. Come. And we're working on that. We had some audio problem earlier, but if I can.
If I told you something that you had in common with that person, do you think that would be helpful?
Of course, yes.
Oh, sure. It's always nice to have a common interest.
Yeah, absolutely. We did ask people because maybe we're the only ones who want to meet people, but clearly not. So that's the text message. This is working live, and we're going to show it to you right now. Jeremy.
So just a second ago, I logged in, I checked in on Foursquare to this conference, like the Adobe conference, and I got this text message. And I haven't opened it so you can actually see that it was live and working. And this is what happens. I get a text message that says, hey, you need to meet Zach because you guys both know, in this case, it's Lawrence. So now I know that there's a guy named Zach and that we're related by Lawrence. If I care and I want to know more, or I don't know who he looks like, I can follow that link. And it'll actually show me a picture of both Zach and Lawrence so I know which Lawrence they're talking about. And eventually it'll have a lot more information, maybe things that Zach is interested in, common interests, other things as well. But that's live right now, so you can actually get on Digri, and we're still, I think we just ran another one in the background, so you should actually get some text right now.
So if you checked in on Foursquare, you might show up in our list of people to meet, because we're already on Digri. I think it would be useful. You might have shown up as someone that we should meet.
Yeah. So it's live.
of things that people don't talk a lot about, but I think it's important to, is business model, right? How are you going to make money? So we thought once again, we'll ask some people how much money they're willing to pay. And people are willing to pay a lot of money. I mean, think about it. If you're going to pay a couple of $1,000 to show up at a conference, you're going to pay for a plane ticket, you're going to pay for the conference registration fee. Why not pay a couple bucks more and actually meet people who you want to meet, right? We have people who said that they pay $20 per conference just to be introduced to right people. I mean, this is lead generation of sorts, just of a different kind. $20 a person, $20 per event, $20 a month. We got offers for many price points that people are more than happy to pay. Our plan going forward is to create many flavors of Digri. There are many degrees of hotness after all. So we're going to have a dating app, which is going to check your relationship status before it makes recommendations. We are going to have an entrepreneur app, which is going to see if or not you have money to invest before making introductions. So we have a lot going on, and we're very, very excited to present this app to you, and we're ready to take your questions.
So when you click on the, I have it running here, which works fine, but when you click on the headshots, is something supposed to happen?
When you click on the headshots, something's supposed to happen. Yes, eventually.
Just not yet.
Just not yet. Other questions?
So I like it. I'm glad that it's for iPhone, but it sounded from your presentation like it's only available for people who have iPhones. So are they the only ones who are privileged to know about that?
Glad you asked. We love the iPhone, we really do. But we believe technology should be available to, how many of you in here don't have an iPhone? Quite a few.
Did any of you receive
Dude,
text
how do you
messages?
feel when people make an iPhone only app? Not that good, right? We know that. Which is why we wanted to maximize the size of our potential market. We said, what's the lowest common denominator? SMS. Every one of you, I'm sure, almost, has an iPhone. I mean, sorry, that is my religion, but I'm sure all of you do have a phone, right? A cell phone. And we figured that with that as the lowest common denominator, we'd be able to maximize the use of our service. And the other thing too is that by making it a SMS service, we're making it very, it's a bit awkward to pull out an app to check your email, but it's not so awkward to pull out your phone to check a text message. That's much more socially acceptable. Which is one of the main reasons why we did this, because we want it to be easy for you to meet people, and we want to give you a good excuse to do so, which is why we thought texting would be the best way to set it up. Does that answer your question? Other questions?
Does it only work if people are checking to Foursquare? How many people at business conferences actually check it for Foursquare?
Okay, great question. So the question was, does it work only on Foursquare? No. So we are platform agnostic. We do not want to be locked into Foursquare or Gowalla or any unique platform, but at the same time, we want to ride the wave. At South by Southwest, just a couple of days ago, Foursquare was the hottest platform. So we're certainly going to start out where there's the most opportunity, but we're going to continue building on other platforms as well. Why limit our market?
And the other question was like, will it work for geolocation tag bridges?
Yeah, definitely.
What's the number we text to?
What's the number you text to? You go to digri.net and you set up an account and the service texts you.
Have you thought about partnering with actual conferences so that you don't need any kind of platform like Foursquare or Gowalla? You know in advance who's going to be here?
Absolutely. It's partnering with conferences gives us another distribution channel, so why not? But we think that we'll start out by getting bottoms up adoption because we don't want to